Да-да, радио USA, сейчас 3 часа 20 минут в Нью-Йорке и Майами. В общем, на всем нашем побережье. И здоровается с вами сейчас Аня Пекерман. Совершенно не в свое время, но на это очень-очень хороший повод. Я давно хотела провести такого рода передачу, потому что она меня, то, о чем мы будем говорить, это формирует меня в самом лучшем смысле этого слова, и очень хочется поделиться вот именно этим. И для этого я должна была пригласить безумно светлого, доброго, дорогого мне человека, которую зовут Itty Kay. Почему она мне настолько дорога? Потому что это моя учительница. Это моя учительница. Но на самом деле, наверное, она учит жизни, потому что она учит еврейской теме и еврейскому образованию. И на самом деле она учительница одной школы, такой, которая называется Bais Chana. И эта школа доступна абсолютно всем. Она идет в живом формате, то есть реальные классы, самые лучшие учителя со всего мира. И все это абсолютно бесплатно. И подсоединяется к этой школе, то есть включаются и учатся только женщины, потому что это школа для женщин. И со всего мира эти женщины подключаются. Это образование абсолютно бесплатно. Вот, так что не подумайте, что кто-то что-то от кого-то хочет. Просто хочется поделиться чем-то безумно ценным. Я для себя это нашла, и жизнь просто стала совершенно в других красках. И я всегда делюсь этими светлыми, яркими, добрыми красками с нашей аудиторией, потому что имею такую возможность. И поэтому именно сейчас хотела бы сделать это, поэтому пригласила вот совершенно феноменальную учительницу. Наверное, лучшая учительница, которая у меня когда-либо была, это Itty Kay. Единственное, что мы перейдем на английский язык, потому что Itty пока что еще по-русски не разговаривает. Itty, I just gave a little bit of an introduction. I said that a little bit, just very little, because we need to talk about it a lot more, that you are one of the most important people in my life because you're my teacher. You're someone who teaches me and other wonderful women around the world about good life. And that's why I really, really want to share this with our audience, because this is what I do. I find something good, I want to share it. And this is something not just good, it's phenomenal. Bais Chana is phenomenal. And I just said that this is just for women, it's education, it's Jewish education, but really it's about education about good life. And so many women from all over the world, from Europe, from Israel, tune in into weird time. For them, sometimes it's 2:00 in the morning, because for us, it's, we're 6, 7, 8 hours behind. And they're so enthused about learning, like they crave it, they want it, they desire it. And this, to me, seems to be, first of all, I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And to me, it seems like a new obsession for women. Because who in their right mind before COVID would wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to learn Torah or something, Hasidus or something, God related. So this is my big question. Why do you think there's this really, I don't mind saying obsession, because this is the best obsession we can all have. Why is there such obsession, especially among women, towards learning Torah and learning about God?
Yeah, what an important question to ask. I think that the interest in studying Torah and the thirst for studying Torah has been around, has always been around, but you do point out something important, that after COVID really brought something important to the world, where it unified us in a way that we weren't unified before. The popularity of Zoom really did connect more people and bring visibility to the study of Torah. But the obsession that I've seen lately, like people calling us, women calling us, mothers calling us, I think that there are two primary causes that I've seen in the last few years. One would be highlighted by a good friend Anat Alkabetz, who we met in Israel, who's lost her daughter October 7th. And rather than just despairing and grieving, which, of course, there's plenty of that, but rather than just despairing and grieving, her life has become, she began to ask herself this question of, if they killed us because we were Jews, why don't I know more about what it means to be a Jew? And she is thinking about, why was I not educated in Israel, in the schools in Israel, why was I not educated with knowing what's in the Torah? With who am I? Like, what's my identity as a Jew? And she's not the only one. So she's the one who comes to mind, who focuses on it. But I've heard this from so many different directions that there's so much of the world that is spotlighted on the Jews and wants to get rid of the Jews. And there's all this anti-Semitism and people campaigning on campuses and in high schools and in cities. There was just a stabbing today in England. Yeah. So we respond, rather than with despair. This is such a beautiful thing about the Jewish nation. We respond by saying, oh, hold on, so what is this? You know, I have something everyone wants. Why don't I know what it is? So that's one thing. Another thing that comes to mind is we have a teen camp that runs in the summer, and we do have mothers who call us because their daughters, they come home from public school with ideas that their mothers never had to deal with. Like a girl who comes home and says, hey, you know, like, maybe I want to be a boy, you know, or she comes home and she says, oh, all my friends are against me now because I'm a Jew. Or these things that the moms never had to deal with, and now they're calling us and they're saying, help. Like, where are my daughters getting strange ideas from, and where are they feeling all this hatred from? Can they come to camp and actually meet other Jewish women and learn who they are? These are two reasons. I'm sure there are more reasons why women are obsessed with Torah. I mean, what's not to be obsessed with? The wisdom is mind-blowing. So.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And it just gives us a dimension, a different dimension. It just picks us up above what is happening, which is incredible. And but it seems that it's more among women. Even in my community, we open up a women's Torah class, Hasidus class, some kind of Torah learning class, and women come.
Yes.
You do the same thing for men, and there's not that much enthusiasm. Again, I'm speaking, our community is very particular, but then again, everybody we're addressing right now is kind of, can relate to what I'm saying, because you know, we come from a very dark place when, you know, when it comes to spirituality. I mean, basically, we were born a little bit in prison, as it's called, you know, in Russia, no religion, Ukraine, doesn't matter, former Soviet Union, no religion, no God, you know, communism ruled for a really long time, so religion was definitely something that was completely illegal. People got in trouble for doing things Jewish or other religions, whatever it is. So basically in our community, it's those who are, you know, of course we're speaking about people who come to the synagogue, and the women are a lot more enthused, even though it's the same baltshuvas, in other words, people who are coming back, who are discovering God, who are seeking out God. But still, the level of women is so much greater than the level of men, and I don't quite understand why that is happening.
The level of seeking among women.
Yes, because, I mean, the same thing is happening. Anti-Semitism, men, women, that does not, it's not a gender-related thing, you know, but yet women are just, you know, they're just really diving in. They're enthusiastic about it. They're, you know, our women's events at our synagogue are doing so much better than men's event, and I'm sure I'm speaking for the majority of synagogues that are catered to the community, my community from former Soviet Union.
Yeah. Yes. So the greater the darkness that somebody experiences, the greater of a yearning there is for light. Women are also the guardians of life, really. And Torah holds the answers to how to make life flourish. Again, I'm thinking of two areas that affect women in a greater way than men. There's a lot of pain in the mental health sphere. People are experiencing a lot of psychic pain, a lot of mental pain, emotional pain. And there's been an explosion of solutions in the world recently. And yet the solutions have, been popularized in the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. But they've been around long enough, I think, for people to realize that all the solutions out there, medically and scientifically and psychologically, can only bring us to a certain point. Mm-hmm. And I think more and more people are discovering that for real health, for real energy, for real vitality, for real wisdom of how to succeed in life and have true joy, the answers really are only in Torah. So whereas women are struggling more with anxieties and despair and depression and mental anguish, they're beginning to discover that the key to life and joy you can find in Torah. That's one thing. And also in the realm of relationships, women hold the key to relationships. That too, there's such a wonderful outburst of knowledge about relationships, relationship coaching, relationship classes, But then women come to, for example, and I see this because I'm at Bais Chana, so I see women come to Bais Chana and they're just like, whoa, I've read every book on relationships, I've went to all kinds of counseling, I had all kinds of life coaching, but what I learned in these 4 days here at Bais Chana, the Torah wisdom, it's just completely in a more elevated perspective. Like, I see the relationship between myself and my husband, or I see the relationship between myself and my children in such an optimistic, beautiful, and light where I actually feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel like I do have the answers to how to bring out the best in them and the best in our connection.
Which really brings me to the next question. Mm-hmm. What is the Bais Chana magic? I mean, what do you think makes... It's true. My experience is exactly the same. Bais Chana definitely takes you to the next level. But it's the same literature. I mean, I don't want to call it literature. It's the same learning. It's the same sources that everybody else is using to teach and learn from. What is Bais Chana's magic that really gets, that has the power of elevation that it has?
And by sources, you mean the same Torah sources?
Yes, of course.
Like you can study Tanya in a million different classes online. You can study. But what happens when a woman comes to Bais Chana retreat? Why does suddenly she leave feeling completely transformed?
Not just retreat. It's the online classes. It's the daily studies. I mean, again, I can speak for myself. I will take this 1 hour off every single day to learn with you and other women, because besides the fact that it's extremely interesting, it absolutely gives certain energy that I don't even get from praying or doing some good deeds. It's a different kind of experience. But Bais Chana is not the only online school, that has live lectures, phenomenal teachers. I don't know, by the way, it's true. I don't know Bais Chana equivalents in teachers, the quality of teachers, the ability of teachers to motivate, to teach, it's mind-blowing. I mean, all the teachers are phenomenal. So is that the key, or is there more, do you think?
Bais Chana is not afraid to deal with the messy parts of life. Have you noticed that?
Please unpack that one a little bit.
But I'm saying, have you noticed that? Meaning, when you come to a Bais Chana class, it's not just a transmission of information. Mm-hmm. And it's not just the teacher who gets the mic. There are questions always welcome. And women very quickly understand that this is a place where they're allowed to bring up the things that are most painful to them or most important to them or that they're most curious about. and that no question will be ridiculed or be inappropriate to the space. So in order to deal with something, it has to be allowed to be there. You have to be allowed to bring it up. And in Bais Chana, it's not just a one-way direction of information going from God to the Jewish woman, but the Jewish woman is able to also reach out and connect to God by saying, but wait, this is what's happening in my life. How does the Torah wisdom answer this particular thing that I'm going through? Is there something that you saw that...
It's absolutely true. The energy among women, and all women are different. I mean, we have some very young girls who join in. Yeah. And then we have, what's the oldest lady?
Well, our good friend Dorothy from Long Island is probably approaching her 100th birthday soon, so she's been on.
120, amazing. Yeah. And there's everything in between.
We've had children born in the classes, meaning moms who were expecting their child, and then they brought their infant once she was born. So from really the earliest stages of life to the...
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing. It's women from all over the world.
Yeah.
All different ages, all different interests, all different social circles. And yet there's no differentiation when we are all learning Torah.
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah. So... in order to understand something new, we have three faculties of our mind. Chabad. If anyone's wondering, what does Chabad mean? Why is Chabad the most popular, newest, the full of joy, this sect of Judaism that's just spreading everywhere? What does the word Chabad actually mean?
Happy to be a part of.
Huh? Exactly. Yeah, thrilled to be a part of, privileged and honored to be. Everyone can be part of it. It's the most non-exclusive club.
And it's free too.
Exactly. So Chabad, there are different faculties of understanding something. There's hearing an idea, there's thinking about an idea, but then there's sticking to it and letting the idea remain in your space and really taking it apart from different sides and continuing to think about it after you learned it. And that's called da'at. Da'at means knowledge, really knowing something, for an idea to become part of you. And that doesn't necessarily happen when you're hearing the idea or learning it. That happens when you discuss it with a good friend or still think about it hours after. So one of my favorite things about Bais Chana is when somebody will tell me, oh, one of my favorite friends is someone who I met at one of the Bais Chana classes 4 years ago, and we actually learn together every week now, or we speak together every week now. So I think a lot of the magic is what happens outside of the classes too, that has begun in the classes. You live in Kansas, or you live in Philadelphia, or you live in New Zealand, and you're alone. Like, you have your community, you have some friends, but then there are certain things that you can't really discuss, let's say, with anyone. You come to a Bais Chana class, suddenly you find other women who you feel so comfortable with almost instantly, and then and one of them brings up a question, you say, oh, I wonder what she'd think about what I'm going through. We swap each other's information, and the connections, the friendships, the bonds that happen, that are facilitated by Bais Chana, help to not just study information and learn it, but help it to fully take hold inside of you and begin to blossom and change you as well. I think that's part of the magic. The community is part of the magic. The sisterhood.
For sure. For sure it is. And I actually would like to talk a little bit about the importance of that, because I'll be very, very honest, I never, until I started to learn and experience and come more into my feminine, get more in touch with my feminine side. And by the way, education and getting closer to God helped a lot with that, because before that, honestly, I never understood the separation. And a lot of people don't understand what is the point of, why women should be with women when they're learning and men should be with men. Why can't we just, pray together, learn together? What is this separation? Why? So, I got it. It took a while. I didn't come from it, but now I totally got it, and I appreciate it, and I crave it, and I love it, and I treasure it, and it's amazing. But can you explain why, because Bais Chana is a school for women, not for, so it's not very, it seems like it's not inclusive, which of course I'm being, I'm joking. But why is it important? Why is it important for women to have our own school?
For it to be a women-only space.
Yeah.
I think the best people who can answer that are our teens and college students, the young women. Most of them they come and they later, like the teen camp is 3 weeks long, the college program is 1 week long. Let's just talk about teenagers, like they'll come and within 3 or 4 days of being there, or once they've experienced their first Shabbat together, so many of them begin to express, like during the Farbrengens, the gatherings that they have, the intimate gatherings that they, just to talk. And so many of them express that this is the first time in their whole life that they got to experience a women's only space. They didn't even realize the kind of bonding that could be available between women, the kinds of friendships that can be available. They say it's the first time I don't feel like there's cattiness, competitiveness, the kind of like the posture of, you have to hold yourself a certain way when guys are in the room or when people are competing for the attention of the same guy. None of that. It clears the entire space of something that women feel when men are around. And I'm sure when there are men-only spaces, it's, that men feel when women are around. There's time for each thing. So there's a time when it's important for a man and woman to be together. And then there's a time when it's important for a woman to be able to grow and live and relax in a kind of way where men are not around. The kind of bonding, the kind of vulnerability that a woman is allowed to experience when she doesn't have to worry about the posturing, about, who's seeing, which guy is seeing her and what. It's very unique. The teenagers, their faces literally change after 3 weeks at Bais Chana. I don't know if it's 3 weeks of kosher food, 3 weeks of Shabbat, 3 weeks of friends, but I think it's also just the physiological changes of the kinds of deep rest that they get, where it's 3 weeks just among girlfriends that are supporting each other, are bonding, friendships, sharing in a place that's so healthy, so wholesome, and it's so freeing for them.
You see, usually it's the opposite. In other places, when too many women get together, it's usually you get a lot of that competing energy.
Oh, yeah? I wouldn't know.
I would.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's true.
Tell me more about that. Okay.
No, it's women, the women are competitive and but not at Bais Chana. There's no competition. Yeah. It's the opposite. It's that togetherness. It's that warmth. It's that care. It's that I am sure it's just because it's.
I could give you a guess.
I know.
I have a guess of
yes,
why.
Please.
The Alter Rebbe, the founder of Chabad Hasidus, describes in his magnum opus, the Tanya, in chapter 32. Incidentally, 32 in Hebrew is Lamed Bet, is Lev. It's the heart. The heart of Tanya.
Favorite chapter of all times.
Yes. What he explains is that true bonding can only occur when people prioritize their soul above the body. The body is competitive, and the body also means the needs of the body. So if you're in a space, in a work environment, the bodies may be competing. People are maybe not bonding because each one is competing after promotion, or maybe in school where people are graded on who gets the highest GPA, then each one has to compete. When someone or multiple someones can prioritize their soul over the body, so suddenly there's bonding because souls are not competitive. Souls want it. the health of each person strengthens the whole. Our souls know that we are all one body. So when one does well, everyone else does well as well. So Bais Chana is a space where we're teaching everyone how to prioritize a soul. We study. The girls get to ask all of their Jewish questions. And that must be what creates that environment. That's one thing. That's one thing that creates the environment, that it really is focused on, everyone's focusing on everybody else succeeding, because when one Jew succeeds, it strengthens the rest of the Jewish people. But the other part of the magic is the staff that we bring. So, yes, she's going to hate me saying this, but the director of Bais Chana, Hindalea Sharfstein, she's been the director since the 90s or late 80s, is just a woman who sees the soul in every person who she meets. And we hire madrichot, counselors, based on that criteria, that these are young women who are kind and generous and loving and see the best in others, and the teachers as well. So when the students see that the staff have this love and get along with each other and are looking out for and taking care of each other, and the staff are taking care of them. So in a very, very real way, anything that interferes with the bonding is resolved very quickly. When one girl, for example, has a problem with another girl, rather than simply the staff member simply validating her and saying, oh yeah, the other girl has a problem, the staff will try to ask her, what is the other girl going through? What does she really need? How can we help her to succeed so that she doesn't cause this kind of irritation? So suddenly the staff and the camper are on the same side, trying to help the third one who could have been seen as a nuisance. So it really is from the top down. And speaking of the top, I want to bring in another couple layers here. Bais Chana was established by and given a specific blessing by the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe Menachem Mendel Schneerson. He even chose that the organization should be named after his mother, Rebbetzin Chana. And so, of course, all of the love of a fellow Jew, the Ahavat Yisrael, this positivity, the optimism, belief in each girl's success, it comes from the top. It comes from the Rebbe through his shluchim, who he first hired to establish Bais Chana, Rabbi Moshe Mindy Feller and Rabbi Manis Friedman. And everyone who has ever worked there since takes our cue and our strength from the Rebbe and Rebbetzin Chana. And we try to model that and bring that out in the girls. And as you've seen, girls if it's a teen camp, women if it's the women's retreat. And I guess as you've seen, it's evident once you get there that we really we love you. You've come into the door. We love you. We want you to succeed.
And this energy kicks in way before you start learning.
Yes.
So it's like, you're there and you're like,
yeah.
Wow, this is a good place.
It's like, very funny.
Before you register.
Yeah, we have programs that we do also for single Jewish moms, right? singlejewishmoms.org. So we do retreats, and one of the moms, she'll be really happy that I share this. She came a couple years ago to the retreat that we made in Utah, and she was in the resort, and it was a few hours before the retreat even started. So she was sitting with a few other moms, and after they were speaking for like a half hour or whatever it is, she came over to me as an organizer and she said, I don't know what happened to me. Like, I'm usually the one who's standing like this. I'm all closed off. Like, I don't share anything about myself. And look at me, like I'm already just so settled in, and the program hasn't even started yet. The transformation began. The transformation begins even before that, because when women call us asking information about the retreat, we'll help you find tickets. We'll take care of you already. Like, if in any way you contact us, you're already in.
Yeah, and I don't know how many years I've been part of Bais Chana. I never, ever experienced anyone getting frustrated annoyed. You know,
No one?
no. I mean, yeah. No, actually, I have not. So it's one of those magic places that's like a little piece of paradise is right here.
That's beautiful.
in this world, in this material world. So it's amazing. And thank you, Itty, for coming out. Thank you for coming out to the Russian-speaking radio to speak about Bais Chana, about this incredible ray of light that is available to absolutely anyone who is seeking it, and it's for free. It's just there. Just take it, be a part of it. It's
no background needed, no Hebrew needed.
Nothing.
Whenever you come, you'll
BaisChana.org. Just go on, take a look at all the teachers, take a look at, I mean, you know, I'm a huge fan of Rabbi Manis Friedman, and so is this entire radio. We have been blessed to have him on for so many years on Tuesday to give out this light, to give us, you know, this window into, you know, the good life. And he is the organizer of Bais Chana. He's the original organizer.
The original teacher.
The original teacher, and he still continues to teach at Bais Chana. That's basically how I got introduced to Bais Chana. So one big blessing after another, and thank you for everything that you're doing. You're really making life livable and in a very happy way.
Thank you for introducing fellow Jewish women to this, because everyone deserves to be able to come to Bais Chana.
Yeah.
You know, you're a Jewish woman, you've got that neshama, you've got that soul, you should know how to activate it.
And it's so easy at Bais Chana. It starts happening at Hello. So BaisChana.org. All the information is there. Please take advantage of it. I have, and that's why I'm sharing it. And just want to let you know that this is one of the best things, best tools that we have available right now for us for a very happy life. Thank you so much, Itty.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
A great pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you during our classes.
In 23 hours for the next daily.
Absolutely. Yes. Looking forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
השם הוא אבא טוב